Right, the next division we'll be looking at is the East German 4th, I believe that means the motor, I believe that is Schutzen Division, which I think is a motor protection division. I think Schutzen means protection in German language. So this is East Germany, part of the Warsaw Pact. So this is the next nation, the Warsaw Pact. There's 3 divisions part of East Germany that we'll be going through in the next 3 episodes. So let's get started and have a look at some of the units we have. So straight away in the logistics, what do we have here? Just the MTLB munition or MUN? Mun? MTLB Mun, I guess. Just your standard logistics vehicle 20. It's similar to the Soviet one. You get this sort of similar vehicle as well for the Soviet deck. There's going to be a lot of Soviet kit in the East German divisions here, just because of the time era during the Cold War. East Germany was pretty much well and truly backed by the Soviet Union. So a lot of the kit in East Germany is Soviet made, Russian made. So that's pretty cool. Supply 500, so it's kind of standard, and you got the that's a rather large supply there. That is bigger than the Ural. You're getting 1,750, which is another 750 more supply, and that a Ural has. It's pretty good for 60 points as well. It's pretty useful because, you know, truck. The max you can get is 1,000, I think, in the Euro and in the NATO supply truck. So it's pretty good knowing that you can have a supply truck that has a lot of supply, not having to use one of the big helicopters. Yep, standard. You got the MI-AT logistics supply, 1,500. Personally, they're both the same price. Obviously, it's a little bit quicker this using the helicopter, but depends how desperate you are. But I'd prefer to use land vehicles more than anything. Right, let's look at some of the command vehicles. So BTR 50 PU, nice, interesting vehicle. They've got 2 front armor side, so I guess it can defend itself. It's not bad for what it is. Pretty slow though to get to the battlefield. Stealth is pretty bad as well. Next, the BMP 1K SP2, sorry. Probably one of the vehicles I would probably purchase out of the CVs, but then again, you know, most of the time the CVs are used to sit at the back of the map, so it depends how you play. But it's not bad. It can defend itself. As you can see, it's got ground-to-ground missiles. So not bad. It can defend itself against vehicles and infantry. So it's pretty good. For worth 130 more points, might be worth it. Next we have the MI9. Loving that. Just another command vehicle. Loving most of the vehicles with different skins and patterns on it. It's pretty cool. Right, we'll go next. The SPW 40P2K. Just a standard quick vehicle. This is quick. So out of these 2 here, I'll definitely would choose this one. It's not as much front armor, but just the speed and ability is a bit quicker to get around. Still, the stealth's bad, so it's a bit annoying. BTR 60 PU, which is going to be pretty good against infantry, to be honest. This weapon system here, 1-on-1 might not win if they got ATGMs or anti-tank weapon systems against this, because this armor is quite crap. But it can defend itself and it can do well within a team, unit, or whatever you want to set up. Right, nice. Not so bad. There's some good. Out of these, like the new one here, the T813 Mun, or it might be munitions potentially. It's pretty good actually. Just a massive load. It's pretty unique. Pretty good vehicle. Right, what units do we actually have for East Germany? East German bloc. So UAZ 469 with the SPG9. We've seen this before in the Soviet decks. Kind of useful in teams, multiple of them. And then we got pretty much the infantry. Same weapon systems, same SPG9 as the Ural, the UAZ, sorry, but just in a form of ground units, and they're pretty good because they can hide, they've got good stealth, so they can sit in tree lines, be a bit hard to see. And with the anti-tank Fagot Salklos ×6, nice. Not bad for 45 points as well. You can get these in the Soviet decks as well, divisions as well. It's not the best, it's not as good as, you got the Fagot and you got the, what the other one's called actually, but there's another ATGM which is a little bit better, which has a little longer range, and it's a little bit more expensive though. Well, there he is, the Conquerors. You can actually equip them with, what is actually different between this one and this one? Just the stats of the infantry, a little bit more stronger somehow. Like these ones are, I don't know why I've done that, it's a bit bizarre. I've had it there, but this time you get to actually select a BMP with them as well if you want to. Pretty cool. The Power Conquerors. Weapon system I'd choose out of these 2 would be the Conquerors, just because of the range. But again, the Fagot is cheaper, depends how you like to play. What we've got here, we've got the Pioneers FUH. Just some command infantry, nice, like that. just standard. Got an RPG and AK, which is good actually. I like that combination because some CV or Recon units just have assault rifle and machine gun. Having that combination of both just allows them to engage, you know, other vehicles that move on to them, not just infantry. Gives you that capability to engage multiple targets on the battlefield. Pioneers. I've seen these before. I want to use these on the field. I want to see how good. Pioneers, sorry, of the flamethrower. Nice. Not seen that before. That's a pretty cool bit of kit. You've seen the napalm rocket launchers on some sappers and pioneer units, but not a flamethrower. That one. It's pretty cool though. This guy with a mask. That's pretty badass. Alright. Nice. PKM's a pretty good weapon as well to have, so that's not even a bad unit. Pioneers. You bump that skill up there, you're laughing. That is a really good bit of kit to use against, or good infantry to use against other infantry. So we've got here the Motor Schutzen, or Motor Protection. I'm guessing that means Fusiliers maybe, potentially. Let me know in the comments below what that actually means, the FUH. Should already know this, but it could mean Fusiliers, I'm not too sure. Another anti-tank rocket launcher. A little bit cheaper than the other Pioneers. Let's actually compare them quick. Have a little look. With 5 more points, you're probably better off going for the Pioneer Fusiliers and the Motor Protection Fusiliers. But then again, you have a choice of more vehicles. Depends how you want to play. We have some Mot Schutzen BTRs. Some good stats. More vehicles here. Not the best infantry, to be honest. Not the best, but the infantry's alright. What have we got next? The Panzerjägers, sorry. These guys are probably the best infantry. Have a look at the small FS Jägers down here. Looks like the best is this one actually here. We'll have a look in a second. Not bad. Good stats here. Double RPGs. That's ruthless. This thing would be a nightmare against vehicles. That's actually really interesting. Not seen that before. 2 RPGs. Well, technically I have 6. 6 and 6. That's how many rounds I have. That's a ruthless unit. Imagine you had lows. That'd be absolutely a nightmare in ambushes. Next we have the Mot Schutzen again. The SMG. The machine pretty much the same. It's a Jaegers more or less, but just 2 different weapon systems I think. They've got excellent, so that's a really good kit there actually. Whenever I say PKM, I know it's a kind of a good unit. But we've got the FS Jaeger Fusiliers, I'm assuming. Anti-tank rocket launcher down here as well. Nice, not bad, not bad. Pretty much similar to 1 to 2 above. FS Jaegers, RPG, very good units, not bad. FS Jaeger Metis, so they can fire long range. That's nice. Got a capability to have infantry with long range HGM. And what we got here? Then you got the excellent FS Jaegers SMG. Nice, probably the best infantry in this division. That's pretty cool looking. Got PKM with the RPG 18. Not messing about this unit. It's pretty cool. 7 strength, 25 kilometers per hour speed. Nice, not bad at all. Right, what we got next? Next branch, support units. Right, what we got? First one, the M43 120mm mortar. Like I said about these before, these are good having these options here to use to support infantry assaults. Range is 5.625, suppress 122. It's gonna be interesting to quite compare these in the future. Compare these to other mortars, to other units. So it'll be pretty interesting to see that in the future. We could do that at some point. So D30 122mm howitzer gun, or howitzer. 14,000. Yeah, this is your bog standard bit of kit, really. You know, both sub-units and the NATO have these kit equipment to use primarily. Don't like to use them. Like to use the self-propelled artillery. These are pretty much the same as the Soviet bit of kit, to be honest. 2S3 Akatesia and the Gwozdika, if that's how you pronounce it. This looks new. Yeah, I think this is a MFRW RM70. It's pretty cool, multiple rocket launch system. Good range as well. 80 rockets, not bad. It's pretty cool, but it's got a long reloading time. That's a really good bit of kit. 240. Probably one of the best MLRs for the Soviet Union, or for the Red 4 Warsaw Pact. Better than probably the Grad launchers. It's pretty nice, because it's got 80 rounds. It's pretty cool. Be interested to see how accurate they are, though. What the pressure is. And we've got Smerch. Now, this is a really good bit of kit as well. This BM30 Smerch is a cluster multiple launch rocket system, so it fires cluster rounds that can take out vehicles. This is really good as well. I don't think you had this option in the Soviet Union divisions at the moment. I think you literally just have, actually no, literally just in East Germany, you just have napalm and high explosive. So that's pretty useful to have actually. That's a really good bit of artillery kit. They've got some really good artillery in this division, in the 4th Motor Protection Division of East Germany. Nice, really good bit of kit actually. Highly would recommend using some of their artillery. Tanks, probably going to be the lowest part of these divisions, the tanks. It's probably most commonly, all the good tanks are part of the Soviet divisions. But we'll go here with standard Flame T055, which is good infantry really. Good set of defences, standard little tank there. Got a KPZ T55A. What does that mean? I'm guessing that means command, because I'm missing FUH. Some sort of command. Which can't mean Fusilier if it's FUH. Nice though. I'm loving the paint on it. Snow. That's pretty cool. It'd be interesting to have some snow maps, wouldn't it? It's all just woodland. It'd be pretty cool to have snow maps and desert maps. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe some jungles. So you've got tank, heavy machine gun, and medium machine gun, so pretty good for defending itself. 145 points. Standard bit of kit, but it's good. Another T55A here. A little bit of range. Well, not about range, but a little bit better. Same penetration. It's pretty much similar. Same as the other T55 actually. It's a command vehicle. Anti-tank gun itself. It comes with both ground-to-ground missiles as well. Wow, I've not noticed that. That's a really good bit of kit as well. How's it firing that though? They've just added on there. They're just like, yeah, we'll just give that a bit more power. We'll just add a Salkos ground-to-ground missile. A fair one, 2,800. You wouldn't really notice that. I'd probably skip over that. Now I've read it and seen it by looking through his units. It's actually a really good bit of kit for 65 points. That is a really good bit of kit. Get a load of these buggers. Anything gets close to 2,100 meters is getting shot at by the gun, and at range. That's and it's got good stealth. That is probably. I'm gonna have to equip this if we get this deck because that is really good. I'm shocked. That's nice. That's probably OP. I don't know whether that's a fluke or whatever, but whatever it is, that's cool. I like it. Definitely highly recommend that bit of kit. Definitely have to use that. Next we've got the T55 Am2. Looks cool as well, doesn't it? This one's T55. Looks badass. Loving the different body armor kits all over it. Extra protection in the front here. It's really nice. Both heavy machine gun, medium machine gun. Front armor's not very good though. The actual stats. But as expected with these tanks. All the T55s. Another T55 here. Cheap one, 75 points. These are sort of ones you can throw at the enemy, but there's not a lot of tank selection in this deck, to be honest. But you got a 2,800 ground missile here for the T55 Am2B. That's good. And then we've finally got the SPW 40P2 Conquerors. Got BDRM more or less, this figured out. T6, 2,625 meter range. Seen this in the Soviet divisions as well. Some Recon. Let's have a look here. So we got the AUFKL PT76B. Nice, mediocre stealth. Optics are good. It's not the best Recon unit, but for what it is, got a bit of frontal armor. It allows you to see the enemy and engage targets. Not a bad bit of kit, to be honest. The best Recon tank I've seen so far would probably be the French. We'll get onto those in the other divisions. Probably one of the best actually, but this is not bad for what it is. We've got BRDM2. Heavy machine gun, medium machine gun, good to get around about real quick. Good optics as well, very good optics, should we say. So this is not a bad bit of kit actually. Gets flies around the map, get good eyes and everything, and then bug out again. Then we got one of my favourite, the BRM1, with exceptional optics. I don't know if it's exceptional on the Soviet versions, but this one is exceptional. So definitely one thing I would probably most definitely assign to my deck would be this, and probably the BRDM. Nice. So we got next, we have the Aufklärer. I don't know how to pronounce that. Aufklärer. I don't know how to pronounce that in German. Not bad, but Recon, you know, Recon standard. Standard Recon infantry, kind of across the board. As you can see, really good exceptional stealth and very good optics, which is really good for you. Get these guys in to watch enemy. So it's nice. Then the motorized version of them, I guess you have more options here, which I would assign these guys to a BMP1. Using the more expense to have a look, to have an option to have a BMP1, because that means you literally getting 2 for 1. Combine more or less. Drop of a Recon unit and have a Recon vehicle. It's perfect. And they're pretty much the same as the standard infantry here, so pretty much the same with Recon unit there. But they get to have a Recon vehicle with it as well. These two combined. How much actually cost? Well, it's not actually combined, this two. This obviously one's got better stats, but it does have a Recon BMP one. Next, MI2. Nice, just your standard Recon helicopter. Very good optics. You know, it's not the best, but it can get around. Good to be used against sometimes to get a helicopter in the air if you need that option. Next, some pretty cool looking infantry. These interesting because they're literally in American woodland. They literally look, well, they're like the same kit. You've got M249s, M72 Laws. What's going on there? That's interesting. They do it on purpose to infiltrate, to look as if they're American units. That's an interesting fact. I wonder. The FN Instagrouper. Instagroup. Sounds like, I don't know. This doesn't. That's interesting. Maybe say in the comments below what you think, what are highest units, or if there's anything you guys know about this type of unit, that they're dressed up as Americans. Pretty cool though, that you can actually get some American kit. Nice. Right, let's go to the AA. Let's have a look. So we've got the FLA Rack Strada 2 meters. It's pretty much standard across the board as well for the Red 4. Just a Strada unit. Nothing too interesting about this. You can see this and find this in most Warsaw Pack divisions. So they're across the board, as well as just the Strada 1, which is on a BDRM platform, which is pretty good. 60 points, good standard little aircraft vehicle. AA vehicle can get on the battlefield out quickly. Also Strada 10M, nice. This one's pretty cool as well. Mediocre optics, well, it's not too bad. This gives you a bit of range. And this is something I'd probably buy over the Strada 1, the BDRM, because of the little bit better stats. You can see if we compare them side by side, regards to accuracy and stuff like that. So, and you get a bit more rockets for the sake of 10 points. So therefore, it's a bit more efficient and more effective on the battlefield. Next, we've got the 2K12M3 Cub M3. Nice air defense missiles. Really good against aircraft. You can see that once again this is useful, and you can see it across the board in all Soviet Warsaw Pact divisions. Nice aircraft though. Range there, sorry. Not bad actually as well. FLA SFL 234 Shulka. A nice bit of kit here as well. The air gun. It's pretty cool. You can see this as well. All divisions have this, and the Warsaw Pact is nice, good, really useful, good, really good stats against aircraft. I think they're a lot better against helicopters more than anything, personally. If they get close range helicopter, that helicopter is going to be gone. If this thing starts firing at it, the amount of rounds it can put down to it, it's going to die. Aircraft is a little bit easier for them to avoid these, but they still can get taken out quite quickly. Next, helicopters. It looks like we've got a lot more Mi-8s in this Eastern German division than the Russian ones, actually. It's quite interesting. So we got the Mi-24D AA, which is nice actually. It's got infrared missiles and air-to-ground rockets as well. It's pretty cool. We've got that as well on the Russian side. 81 and 82 as well. Let's give you 80mm rockets. That's nice. For the price it is, that's a pretty good bit of kit. I'll definitely like to employ that. Pull that into the battlefield, that'd be pretty cool. Next we got the Mi-8TB rocket 1, 2, and that's it. And the Gov. What's a Gov? Gatling guns. 2 Gatling guns. Jeez. I must admit, the Soviet Warsaw Pact have got some really interesting weapon systems on their aircraft. Helicopters, which is pretty cool to see. And the Mi-8TB. Wow, it's got heavy machine gun, air-to-ground rockets, and ground-to-ground missiles. That's a really good combination of kit there, actually. It's very versatile. You can put them against infantry, as you can see these do. And then also put these two against vehicles, so that's quite a versatile aircraft. As well as the M24P can also be good, as you see combined with all cannon ground-to-ground missile. Really good ground-to-ground missiles there with the Salkos or Cocoon 2008 Amirs. Nice bit of kit. Good accuracy as well, 60%. That's right up there. So is this one actually. What's the difference? Rate of fire is a little bit different, reloading time and whatnot. For the sake of another 20 more points. This is the Mi-24P AT2. Nice, just better stats, more rockets, more ammunition. A little comparison real quick. Yeah, nice. Right, lastly, last tab is the air tab, the aircraft we have. So what we got? We've got the MiG-21 rocket, so you got that option, it's nice. You always got to have some sort of air support aircraft that can be utilised on the ground, pretty useful. MiG-21B high explosive, yeah, gives you that option as well. There's lots of MiGs. Instead, you can see it's all just MiGs and some Su-22s. We've got the R60M infrared missile. So this is your AA. Kind of cheap, good to get out there if you need it. And also this one, I'll probably go for this one, just an extra 20 more points, but you get 2 Combination of missiles here actually. So you got 6 rounds actually. A lot better actually in these ones. You got more of them. It's pretty good. MiG-23 MF, high explosive, nice. AT version of it as well. That's pretty cool. We've not seen. I think this is one of the first air-to-ground missiles we've actually seen in regards to just air support instead of SEAD in the anti-tank department for aircraft. I think you got the Su-25, which has this capability, but that's pretty cool. You got a MiG-23, which is at Mach 1, can take out vehicles at fast rate. It's pretty cool. Ground target's 4. The only thing that actually is quite bad, but you got 2 rockets, which is a bit frustrating. I mean, this thing can only fly and take out 1 vehicle and get out, but I guess it's useful over an Su-25 in some circumstances. Say there's just 1 tank sitting there, you can go and take it out, whereas an Su-25 is quite slow. It's got a higher chance of getting knocked out. It takes a while to get to the field, but nice. MiG-23 with air-to-air missiles, long range there, and short range. Good combination. Good price as well. MiG-29A. Seen this one as well. There's a really good bit of kit. This is probably at the top range of air-to-air fighters. Really nice bit of kit. Su-22 M4K, which is this, gives just your standard anti-tank as well. Actually, 2 rounds, penetration 30. If that hits, that's dead. That's probably better than the MiG-23M actually. That is a bit better. So you're probably better off actually getting this over than the MiG-23. But you are looking at spending another 80 more points above to get this, but it's got really good stats and it can defend itself as well, which the MiG-23 MF can't really defend itself. So much a better AT to get actually. Got your SEAD as well, which we discussed a minute ago about how this is going to engage anti-air weapon systems. Good, you got that opportunity and ability to do that, and it's actually pretty good. It can defend itself, and that's good stats. That's really good. The Su-22s and both those are good aircraft. Next, the high explosive, because your standard bomb, which is applied to the Su-22 platform, and the cluster, and then napalm. Nice. Right, so that is the first division we have looked at for the Eastern German divisions. So that is the 4th Motor Protection Division. It's a nice and interesting kit actually. It'll be quite interesting to see out in the battlefield and use against opponents. So see you next one.